Hi guys, in this video, I'll be teaching you how to um host a static website using S3 buckets. But the funny part of this video is that we are going to build the website using AI. So there is an interesting tool by Google, which is Teach by Google. So this AI tool, we're going to use it to actually build our static website. Okay, let's get started. Okay, this is Stitch with Google. This is the URL, and as you can see, the tool is actually in the beta version now. So you put your prompt. For example, now your prompt can be anything as far as actually a static website. So for my own prompt now, I'll be saying something like, okay, um, build build a website for me, build a website for me. And the name of the website is consult.continuum, uh, which specialize specialize in cloud architecture, cloud consulting. It depends on your prompt, so you can just give it any prompt you like. Consulting, cloud migration, digital digital strategy, information security with um so your prompts, it's going to depend on actually what you want. Uh so my prompt is building a website for me. Consult.continuum is the name, which specialize in consulting, cloud migration, digital strategy, information security, uh, and cloud networking with specialists, with specialized architects and engineers, which my contacts um, spontaneum at gmail gmail.com. So now this is just the prompt. So it depends on whatever you want. And actually, you can see I have the mobile here, I have the version here. So mobile here is the way it's going to look on the mobile phone, while the web is probably from your web application, from your laptop, and all of that. So I'm choosing the web version, and I'm going to generate design. So once I start generating my design, what you're going to notice is that it's going to generate a design for me. So, and that design is what is going to be my HTML design. So at the end of the day, you can see that it's coming up. It's actually coming up. So my design is actually coming up, as you can see. And so while this is actually generating, so what I need to do is I'll need to come to my S3 bucket. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bucket. This is S3. I'm very sure you'll be conversant with the AWS console already, and create a bucket. So when I'm creating a bucket, so I'll put the name of my bucket since it's the name of my company. So I'll just do um consult.continue com. So because this is the domain name of my website, I'm expected to give, so it has to be the same name of the bucket. So I'm going to use the buckets. So because I'm actually exposing this guy to the internet, everybody needs to have access to it. So I'm going to uh untick that public access. So it's going to ensure that everybody will be able to access my website. So the next thing is that's all. Let me create my pockets. So I'm creating my bucket. You can see that my bucket is there already, which I just created now. So the next thing for me now, let's come back to our speech with Google. So you can see interesting. You can see very interesting. So this is how the website is going to look like. It's continual cloud consulting for modern enterprise. So you can edit it. You can feel like anything you want to do. But this is how the website is going to look like. This is actually how the website is going to look like. So this is how the website is going to look like at the end of the day. So I can just click on this code. Once I click on the code, and the next thing I'm going to have here is I'm going to have the full HTML code for the website. So you can see that I'm not generating anything. Everything was actually generated by the AI, which is Google Stitch, and I can copy the index page. So the next thing is I'll go to my folder. I will like come to my folder here. I'll come to a folder static website. I can actually and just delete this. This one was like existing before. And so this is the static website. So let me create a new document here. So let me see. Oh, I can actually generate it from my VS Code. So let me come to my VS Code and open it, a new window, and open folder, uh, download static is the folder, and so I'm going to have a new file index.html. So I'm going to paste the code there, and I've pasted it, and yeah, interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do, so I've been able to copy my code back. So you can check, you can do the design, you can edit it, you want to make some changes, but I think something very interesting as you can see. So the next thing is I will come back to my buckets. I'm going to upload my buckets. And so the next thing is I'm going to add a file. So my index.html folder, which I was actually working with. So you can see, so I'm going to upload this guy. So I've put it there. So the next thing is I'm going to upload. So interesting. So as I've been able to upload my image, so the next thing is I'm going to give it the properties and the permissions so that you can host it as a website. So the first thing to do is we're going to create a bucket policy. A bucket policy is like more like a permission policy that would enable any people from the internet. That's when we're talking about authorization. Anybody coming from the internet will be able to access our policy. So this is I'm going to click on edit, and I have a policy here in place already. So this is the policy I have in place. I'm going to copy it. And if you just started with AWS, you can check my previous video about bucket policy and access IAM. So this policy actually speaks to it. Should I give access to anybody coming from the internet to access my bucket, which is actually to access my buckets. So the effect is allow principal, the white card aesthetic means that anybody, and this is the action get object. So I'll copy the ARN here, which is there. I'll copy it to this side. So once I'm done, so I'm going to save it, my save changes. So I've successfully make the changes. So the next thing is I've given it the right permission. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this guy a static website. So I'm going to come to properties. Um, from properties, come down to the last by so you can see static website hosting. So I can edit it and enable. Once I enable, it's going to give me also the static website. I can put my index page, index.html, that's HTML, which is fine. And assuming I have an error document or anything, or I have like a kind of redirection rules, I can put it here as well. So in the last slide, I've saved my changes, and once I've saved my changes, I should get an S3 bucket endpoint. So you can see this is my S3 endpoint. So if I click on this link, it should give me my website. So my website is live, guys. My website is live, and anybody on from the internet will be able to access my website. So this is my website, it's up and running. Everybody can see it, my expertise and all of. So if you want to run an ads, you want to run a landing page or an informational page or a static page for your company or for your business, it's easy. Instead of writing the code from scratch, giving it a proper prompt will enable you to have a website running like this. So to make it more interesting, I can actually go to my Route 53. So coming to my Route 53, I have the endpoints already here. So Route 53 is more like a global service on AWS. So I have my hosted zone, which is for my company already, for my domain. So this is the company domain. So all I need to do is I'm going to create a record. So so based on this, I think it's consults. So the name of the domain must be the same thing as the name of the record. So can you remember the bucket name that we used earlier? So I'm going to use a C name. So then I'm going to get my endpoint URL. So or I can use an alias. So alias still works. So I'm going to just I can use an alias point. I have an S3 website endpoint. Use region. It's easy. EU West 1, EU West 1, and I can see consort. So it's there already. So I can create my record. So as I create my record, so if I copy consult.continuum.com on my browser, my website should be up. So instead of giving them the whole AWS custom generic endpoint I was created, you can see I already have my website running and everything looks fine. So if I want to add a TLS to it, I can use CloudFront to do that. So you can see it's very interesting. Within 10 minutes, we've been able to do it. And you have your website up and running. Thank you guys for listening. And if you need any further information or videos like this, you can put it on the comment section and see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Thank you.